and gentlemen, welcome back to another TCK Live, number 35, I think. Welcome back. It's been a while since I've done a stream. I think it's been over a month. That is definitely my bad. I know I've been super busy, which is a lame excuse, but I have. And this is a bit of an unexpected stream. I just made it. I didn't know if I was going to make it home in time for a stream, and I'm a little later than usual, but we're here, aren't we? So yeah, today we are going to be doing Cobra Kai fight scene tier list. My thoughts, your thoughts in the comments, and yeah, it should be a fun one. But of course, before we get into that, let's see who's in the chat already. Roundtable, what's up? Hello, Lisa. Cobra Jungle, what's up? Sebastian, how you doing? Honestly, I've missed these streams. Yeah, I've missed doing them. I've just been like really busy these past Saturdays. And I haven't been uploading too much either. But I think, like, first of all, nothing Cobra Kai related has come out. And also I actually want to talk about this a little bit. I'll wait for more people to come on. I want to talk about why I haven't been making have as many theories as I did for the past season. I'll talk about that when more people come on. But yeah, hopefully we get back into the groove of things, swing of things, and we get more streams. Cobra Kai sucks is a quote for pussies. I agree. I'm doing well. Thank you. All right, so let's wait for some more people to get in. I know this is a really random stream and I just made it like 20 minutes ago. But thank you guys for being on here already. Hopefully we can add some more fights to S tier once season 5 releases. Yeah. I don't put too much stuff in S tier for any tier list because I feel like if you put so much stuff in the S tier, it takes away from that superior tier. So I usually put like 2 to 3 things in there. And I think I know what fights I'm going to put in there. But yeah, so we'll wait a little bit for more people to come on, and then we'll get started with the list. I'm good, Lisa. How you doing? Frank, what's up, man? Good job being the Johnny to Cobra Kai Karate's Miguel on his channel. Good work. Yeah, that was fun. If you guys haven't checked that out already on Cobra Kai Karate channel, we did a little season 5-4 discussion. So you could check that out on his channel. We did it yesterday, so it's fresh and new. And also, hope you guys liked my April Fool's prank. I thought it was a pretty good idea. And I got a lot of you guys. Some of you guys I didn't, but I got a good amount of you. Some people didn't understand that it was April Fool's, and they're like, "That's the season 1 trailer." I'm like, I know that's a joke, but hey, there's always people like that, right? So yeah, we'll get started in about 5 more minutes, so we can just talk about whatever. Actually, I'll talk about this now, and people can just rewind it. So the reason why I haven't really been uploading a lot as much as I do as recently is because, first of all, it's the Cobra Kai off season. We're not going to get much yet, but when we do get stuff, I'll be the first one to cover it. Second, I was going to make a video on this, but I just didn't get around to it. I think this season 5, is the hardest season to theorize for. Obviously, a big part of my channel is theories. I love making theory videos. Those are my favorite videos to make. They seem to be like the ones you guys enjoy the most. And I'm just having trouble coming up with some theories. I've had some theories up now, and as you can see, for season 4, I have like 57 theories in that playlist. And yeah, obviously I'll get more ideas when trailers and teasers and pictures come out. But I don't know. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this too. But this season is just really hard to theorize for because season 4, we knew the tournament was happening. So you could just make a bunch of videos and theories on that. We knew Terry Silver was coming back. Bunch of videos, theories on that. And a whole lot more. We knew Johnny and Daniel were teaming up. This season, we don't know, like, what's it going to lead up to? Kind of like season 3. I think season 3 is also a hard season to theorize for. Because we don't know, like, what's it leading up to. We knew season 4 was going to lead up to the All Valley. We knew that for sure. This season, like, what's it going to lead up to? Like, how is Daniel, yeah, he brought Chosen in, but how are you going to try to take Silver down now when there's like the kids are over 18, so you can't do the tournament, or they're 18. You can't do the tournament anymore. How do you take them down? And I'm having trouble thinking of how he will. So I don't. And also, I don't want to make like I did this for season 4 when I first started my channel. I made like really absurd theories that I thought weren't gonna happen, but I was like, all right, I'll just make a video on this just because I'm not gonna do that this season, just because I don't like making them because like they're so absurd, and I don't think it's not like a natural theory. Like the ones I made for season 5 so far are like ones I actually think could happen. Like if you go back to some of my season 4 theories, like I said Hawk was gonna go to juvie. I didn't think that was gonna happen. I thought it was a cool idea. But yeah. Let's see what you guys had to say. Amanda LaRusso's restraining order with John Kreese will result differently with him being in jail now. Yeah, it's true. Prior to 2022, Sarah Silver's was the last character I would have expected to frame John Kreese and getting him arrested. Yeah, I agree. I don't think anyone saw that coming, at least this early, that Silver would backstab Kreese. I thought Silver would betray Kreese, but not in the way he did. I agree with it. It's being hard to theorize because it's a new start, because we know nothing and every character is doing something new. Exactly. Like, we don't even know for sure if Kreese is going to end up in jail. I think he will, but like there's a chance, he could work around it and not end up in jail. I mean, I think he will, but you never know. And I kind of like it, though. I'm not complaining that I can't come up with a lot of theories, because I like it, because then I'm more surprised for the season. Like I said, when trailers and teasers and pictures come out, then I'll get, more ideas on what's going to happen. But yeah, that's just my why I haven't been uploading as much. Not because also, on top of that, I'm just really busy with school stuff and other stuff. And yeah, it's not, I haven't forgotten about the channel. I nor nothing like that. It's just like, I want to make if I'm going to make a video, I want it to be like the best it could be and not some silly, random, whatever. Yeah. I thought there'd be only one division in the Yellow Valley, and while I wasn't a huge fan of it, the big three made it work, especially the Eli and Robin fight. Yeah. Yeah. I think they did the best. They really did make it work, honestly, because there's just so many rivalries with, girls and boys, and you want to see them all fight. And so, yeah, I think you really do need two. I mean, I don't love the fact that there's like two winners. But I think they made it work. They even did cast and call a while back for prison therapist for season 5, so Kreese will be in jail. Yeah, I think he will be in jail. But, there's like a slight chance that he doesn't. But I think that'd be a missed opportunity if he doesn't. I hope that Julie Pierce is doing good with her life whenever she's during the events of Cobra Kai seasons 1 through 4. Yeah. I don't know if she's going to come back, though. I think she will eventually. I don't think this season, maybe even next season or season 6. But yeah. Yo, what's up? Hey, Darren, how you doing? Do you think we will get a Silver versus Kreese fight in season 5? If we do, Silver is whooping some Kreese ass. I love Kreese though. No disrespect to Kreese, but Silver's just OP. I don't know if we'll get that fight. I think we will eventually, but I don't know if it'll be this season. And I don't know how long the fight would be. Like, it could be like Kreese tries to throw a punch and then Silver just knocks him on his ass. Could be something like that. But anyway, let's get into this tier list. All Cobra Kai fights. Well, not all of them. Whoa. But anyway, why is my okay? Hang on. I didn't do every fight because, like, if I did every little fight, it would be like way too much. Like, if I did like every All Valley fight, it would take forever. So I just did like fights that are like bigger fights or fights that I personally wanted to say something about them on. So yeah, as I go on, you guys can say where you would put it in the chat, but this is my list. But yeah, definitely put your thoughts in the chat. First up, we got the season 1 Episode 1 fight, Johnny versus Kyler and all the teenagers save Miguel. Now, I think this fight is really special and it's really overlooked because we have so many great fights now. But this is like the first fight in the series, and I think it's a banger fight. You see Johnny whipping out this karate that hasn't used in 30 years, and even he's like, "Ow!" Even he's like, "Yeah, I should have stretched." But then he gets back into it right away, and I think it's really well choreographed, and it's just awesome to see this guy beat up a bunch of teenagers, in the first episode, and protecting this kid. So I think this is a really good fight. Obviously, it's not a S tier. It's not great because it's like a smaller fight, but I think for what it is, it's a really good fight. Next up, we got the bar fight from season 2, episode 6, with Johnny and the OG Cobras. I think this is I think this is a pretty solid fight. Um, I'm not a big fan of this episode as a lot of people are, I'd say, but um, I'd say it was a decent fight. I think it was cool seeing the OG Cobras back in action, fighting together again. Even Tommy got some punches and throws in. Yeah, but other than that, it's nothing too special. It's a cool bar fight. I love the song, like fight song. Yeah. So I don't know though. Like some of these guys in the bar were like huge, and and like Bobby, they were like beating them easily. But yeah, I put this is a solid fight. Next up, we got Chosen versus Daniel in season 3, episode 5. I think this is honestly, it's a smaller fight, but I think it is great. Actually, I'll put in good. I don't know. I'll put in great for now. I think this is a great fight because first of all, not only is the fight sick, second of all, we're learning about Miyagi-Do. We're learning more as Daniel is. We're learning more about the offensive side of Miyagi-Do, which we didn't even know existed. Um, and I love the commentary of Chosen telling Daniel over. It's like sometimes you have no choice but to kill. It just added to like the intensity of the scene, and even Daniel got a few kicks in and threw Chosen to the ground. But I'd like the suspense of when with the pressure points. I'll say, first of all, what is going on? I thought he dislocated Daniel's shoulders. I was like, how did he do that? And then we learned it's the pressure points. But that scene was just so intense and so cool. And the music playing on top of it was so good too. And then I really didn't. I mean, obviously, Chosen wasn't going to kill Daniel because Daniel's the main character. But you were like, he's bad again? I guess, and he's still bad. And I don't know. I think this was just a really great fight, and we learn more about Miyagi-Do, and Daniel obviously ends up using it in a later fight. Yes, defense takes on many forms. I think that episode might be the best of the whole series. Honestly, I rewatched that a few days ago or a week ago, and I don't know. It's so much happens in an episode that's not the finale, and it works so well. I think it's either that or 410. I don't know. I love season 3, episode 5. But next up, we have Johnny versus Daniel rematch fight in season 4, episode 5. I'll put it good. It was a good fight. I'm not a fan of the ending of it. I think I don't like the fact that they both tied and they both got the punch and the kick in at the same time. That doesn't really make sense to me. I think they had it perfectly. Like, have Eli come in right before when it's 2-2. And they did that after they tied. I think you could have just done that before, and that would have been enough to stop them both from fighting. So yeah, I'm not a fan of how they ended it, but I like the fight overall. I like how Daniel used the pressure points, but then Johnny counters it because that really proves how Johnny can hold his own even with such such an insane move and technique that he almost killed Kreese with, and Johnny countered it. I thought that was pretty cool, and yeah, so I think it's a good fight. It's a really good fight. I know a lot of people have a problem with them fighting, but I was like, if they don't fight now, they're gonna fight next season. So let's just get it over with now. Um, so yeah, I think this is a really good fight. Next up, we have Eli versus Robbie from season 4, episode 10. You already know where this is going. This is going in S. This was, I think, this and the school fight. Obviously, we'll get the school fight. This and the school fight are like the best. I mean, like it was so intense. The music was great. The choreography was great. Jacob and Tanner both did an amazing job. The writing, even like when they're going to their senseis, it's just this fight is like perfect. I think. I mean, especially for a final. I think it was just so cool and like first of all, Jacob and Tanner did a great job. That jump where Hawk gets the kick, but they both jump so high. Like that was them. That was crazy. And then of course the part where they both take their shirts off, and it's like, oh shoot, this is about to go down. It just added to the intensity and how it raised the stakes of the fight. To see like probably the two best fighters out of the kids in the show right now fighting each other. And obviously it comes down to the last point. You go to sudden death overtime, the first time since 1985, and it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And I absolutely love this fight. I think it's great. And even like there's so much goes on. Like Robbie not punching Hawk because he sees Kenny, and then even Eli just going up to Daniel and be like, "You sent Miyagi way longer than me." And then Daniel's like, "Well, and you were in Cobra Kai longer than him." And Daniel like accepting, yes, we need to do, both methods, offense and defense. So everything about this fight scene is great, and yeah, it's definitely one of the best fights. Next up, we got wait, did I not put the mall fight in here? Shoot, I did not put the mall fight in here. That's my bad. I'll talk about that at the end. Next up, we got Silver versus Johnny, season 4, episode 8. Let me just move this out of order. I think it's obviously a quick fight scene, but I think it's really, really good. I'm gonna put this in top. Actually, I'm gonna put this in great. Yeah, it's a short fight. But Johnny versus Terry Silver, a fight which we didn't even know was going to happen. I don't think anybody was really talking about a Johnny versus Silver fight. We were talking about like a Daniel versus Silver fight, and but we didn't really mention that Johnny versus Silver fight. And this kind of came out of nowhere in the original dojo. And this is really when Silver's back to the way he was, or coming back to the way he was. Now he's becoming crazy again, and he's just fighting Johnny, trying to prove his loyalty to Kreese, and I think it was great. And then of course we see Johnny using Miyagi-Do techniques, which first of all I did not see that coming at all, and it worked for a little bit, but it proved that they both learned stuff from each other, and it works. Both weight styles work, and to see Johnny just using all these blocks and with the Miyagi-Do like theme in the background, like I thought this fight was really, really. It's a great fight. I mean, like I said, it's short, but it's just so cool. And obviously, Silver gets the win in the end. But I don't know. I think because that kick Silver got first, where Johnny walked into the dojo and Silver just kicks him in the head. I think that's what really threw Johnny off. Yeah, just a really great, solid, or a really great, not solid fight. Yeah, I would like to see a rematch of Johnny and Silver, hopefully next season. Oh wait, hang on, I added Sam plus Tori's in this. Why didn't it save to it? Hang on, I'm gonna edit that real quick. Actually, I'll do it at the end. I'll add that at the end. Next up, we got Robbie versus Sean Juvie fight. This is obviously was playing in season 3, episode 5. It was going with the laser tag fights. I'll put that next. I thought this fight it's really solid. Obviously it was cutting back and forth the other one, so we didn't see too much. But some of the moves in this scene, like when Robbie runs up the wall and pushes Sean. That was sick. And yeah, so there's not really too much to say about this fight. It's a really cool fight. They both are like pretty evenly matched, honestly. And yeah, I love how it ends with Robbie smiling. I thought that was really cool. But then of course, like the second part of this fight was the laser tag fight, and I think I enjoyed that a little bit more. So I'm gonna put that in good. Just basically just because of that end where Hawk snaps Dimitri's arm. I think one of the most intense scenes in the entire show. I think both their acting in the scene was great. Hawk still has like this, I don't know, should I do this? Should I do this? But then in the background, you have all the Cobras going, yeah, do it, do it, do it. You know, he doesn't really want to do this. And then Dimitri's just yelling, Eli, please, I'll go. I think that was so great. And obviously he ends up doing it. And I was shocked. I think most of us were shocked when we saw that, and really proved how Hawk is like really messed up now. Like Kreese is really and Cobra Kai is really in his head, but he still has that, soft side, I guess you could say, that he doesn't want to do this, because even after he snaps his arm, he looks at Dimitri like with, oh no, I shouldn't have done that. And yeah, I thought it was really great. And then on top of that, Sam with the PTSD, it just added more to the intensity of the scene. I think when fight scenes are really intense, I think that's like really like gets me. Like I think it just adds so much to the scene when like the music is intense, like Sam's like hyperventilating and slow motion, and yeah, I thought it was a really good fight. Yeah, I added these scenes. I know I added these pictures to it. It just didn't. I guess it didn't add it. I don't know. I'll add it to it after I go through these ones. But I know I added the Miguel Robbie and Sam Tori and Cafeteria and the mall fight, and I added all these. I'm gonna add it back. I don't know why I didn't do it, but that's weird. But anyway, next up we have Daniel versus the Hockey Guys at season 4, episode 2. I really love this fight. I really love this fight. It's more of like a silly fight, but I don't know. I love that. I love the music playing on top of it, the rock, and Daniel's kicking all these guys' asses, and just Daniel striking first. I think whenever Daniel like goes off like out of character, him doing something that he normally wouldn't do, I think it's always a treat to see that. But this was a whole fight, and he was using hockey sticks, and I don't know, I think this is a really good fight. And yeah, I like this fight. And then of course the humor at the end when Johnny walks in with the pretzel, the no-be there. I thought that was really cool. Next up, season 3, episode 10, Kreese versus Johnny and Daniel. This is also going to S. I think I like it a little bit less than the Hawk versus Eli, but it's one of the, once again, most intense fights. First of all, let's break this down. When Johnny first walks in and that intense music, that music's playing, and he kicks down the door, way to set the mood. Really, and then you have Johnny versus Kreese, which is awesome. Really, Johnny's just enraged that whole fight, and is really in control of that entire fight. And then Robbie comes in. We see a mini fight of Johnny versus Robbie, and how Robbie's fully turned to the dark side. I think that was great. And then Kreese gets up, and he's about to kill Johnny again, but then Daniel LaRusso comes in and saves him, and then uses the pressure points on Kreese and almost kills him. There's just so much in this, and it sets up a lot for season 4, and it was just an amazing fight. I mean, really, the music, the choreograph, the acting, everything in this fight scene was great, and it's one of the best. It's definitely top 3 for me for sure. Yeah, I love this fight scene. Next up, we got Miguel versus Hawk, the Coyote Creek fight from season 2, episode 7. I'm putting this great because, first of all, it's a question we all asked at the time. Who would win? Miguel or Hawk? And it was a really great fight. I mean, I think it was pretty even. Obviously, Miguel got the win. But it was really cool, and I like the whole scenery with the woods and the trees and throwing each other into the trees, and also just the goal to get the headband off. I think that was all really cool, and yeah, I think great fight, great great one. What am I trying to say? Sholo and Jacob did a great job in this, and yeah, I think this is a great fight. One of my favorites too. Next up, we got the prom fight from season 4, episode 8. Contra, I'm gonna put it in meh, honestly. I don't know. I just I was like, we didn't really need the fight. First of all, I think it was a bit unnecessary, but it was also like inevitable, I guess you could say. I didn't love the way it was choreographed. Like some of the fight moves, it's like it's like the camera. I don't know. I didn't love it. I don't think it was as clean as most of the fights. But yeah, it's nothing. It's not bad or anything. It's just not my favorite. Like I don't think it's anything special. I'd say yeah, it's a prom fight. Like yeah. that's all I have to say about the prom. It's meh. Next up, we got a smaller fight, but I think one of the best still. Hawk versus Brooks, season 3, episode 6. I am putting this in great. I think this is the most intense scene in the show, the most shocking, the most brutal, and probably the most brutal fight we might ever see in the show. Once again, the music was intense, shocking. Hawk just, really, really showing no mercy. Like this is no mercy, just pounding Brux's face in, and the flashbacks of, Eli and, really the turning point, and then of course like the blood on Hawk's fists and his shirt off, and the Grim Reaper on his chest. It's so intense, and it's probably my favorite Hawk scene, and one of my favorite scenes fight scenes in the show. Definitely. Oh yeah, I also had to add the Vietnam and the Robbie versus Dyer. I forgot those two, but I'll have to add those ones. Soccer fight, I'm also gonna put that in there. Nothing really special about it. I like the Dimitri versus Hawk part of it. I think that was cool. But also why didn't the soccer teacher just end the fight? Why did she end the game? These kids are kicking the balls into each other's. That's a really kicking the soccer balls into people's faces. I did not want to say the other one. It's kicking the soccer balls into people's faces, running over them. Sam literally is running over people and then kicking them in the face. And the soccer teacher ends it after all that. Yeah, I agree, Sensei Solo. The best part was Dimitri sweeping Hawks. I thought that was yeah, let's go, Dimitri. And also Dimitri getting in his head. I thought that was really cool. But other than that, it's good. It's a good fight. Next up, we got Miguel versus, or not. Never mind. The school fight. I still think this is the best fight in the entire show. And one more to say, it's so long, but it's so good. You have that epic one shot. Also, did I not? Where's the house fight? Okay, whatever. Well, I don't know why. I don't know why some of these didn't get put in, but it had that awesome one shot at one point. All these characters coming in, all these rivalries going at it with each other, and of course that epic, sad, shocking conclusion of Robbie kicking Miguel off the balcony. It was everything about this fight is great. I love how even Stingray. I'm not a big fan of Stingray, but then when he comes in, even I had to say that's hilarious, and it added more to the fight. And even Tori bringing out the weapon. We don't talk about that line around the table. Ignoring that line, even Tori bringing out the weapon, and even Dimitri finally beating Hawk, surprising, and even you got Chris and Mitch going at it, Bert and Nate, Aisha's in it, so well choreographed, and everything about this fight is great. Now I'm gonna add some of the ones I missed right now, because I don't know why they didn't save or they didn't get added to it, but I'm gonna do that right now. Hang on. I don't have the pictures for the Vietnam one and the Robbie vs. Dojo. I just totally forgot about those ones. But Shoot, why didn't these ones save? Wait a minute, maybe they did. Hang on. Hold up, this is quite the intermission. I don't know why some of these just didn't save when I saved them to my computer. It's weird. Hang on, I'll try to do that right now. Just give me a minute. House fight, Sam vs. Tori, Miguel cafeteria, Miguel versus Robbie. Okay. Hang on. Just send these to my computer real quick. Hold up. Hang on. Talk among yourselves. It'd be like 1 more minute. Okay. Hold up. Okay, and okay, here we go. Sorry about that. What's up, Tristan? How you doing? Okay. Here we go. Part 2. All right. So I added them. Added some of them. Here is. Wait a minute. All right. A house fight, season 3, episode 10. I really like this fight. I don't think it's. I'm gonna put it in great because I do think it's great. I don't like it as much as the Johnny and Daniel versus Kreese. Still a really solid fight. I love the whole. I know a lot of people don't like the one shot. I just think the one shot is like really impressive, and it was really long. It's like 2 minutes long, of them just going around the house and everyone fighting each other. But I think it was a really, really great fight, and there's so much that happens. First of all, you got Hawk switching sides, which I thought was great. Sam versus Tori with weapons, which I thought was really cool, with the nunchucks and the staff. And then Miguel versus Kyler. Miguel, stepping up and flipping Kyler over and beating him and back to the way, or almost back to the way it was. And then what else? Even Dimitri's kicking some ass with Hawk, and yeah, I think this is a really great fight. I really like it. So much goes on with it, and so many characters, and I think it was balanced really well. So I'm going to put house fight in great. Next up, we got Johnny and Daniel chop shop fight. I'm going to put it. It was a solid fight. I don't think this fight was it's a little rough. It's choreographed not as well, but I don't know. I think when Daniel and Johnny fight side by side, which is something we obviously don't get to see too much, I think it's always great. And wait a minute. Why didn't the Sam and Tori one save? All right, I'll have to add that again. I don't know why. It really doesn't. I guess this website doesn't like that fight. But yeah, I think it's just really cool to see Daniel and Johnny teaming up, fighting side by side against these guys, and yeah, so it's a solid fight. Next up, we got Miguel versus Robbie in season 1. I'm gonna put this fight in great. I mean, we were waiting for this fight the whole season basically, and when we saw it, it definitely held up. You couldn't ask for a really better fight. I mean, I think it would have been really interesting if Robbie was not injured and Miguel was fighting cleanly. Definitely that fight would have gone, because you really didn't know who was gonna win that fight, because Robbie was stepping up. He did the two-leg kick, and yeah, so it's a really great fight, and one of the best, one of the first, and yeah. Next up, we have Johnny versus Daniel apartment fight from season 2, episode 10. I think it's an overlooked fight, but I'm gonna put it in meh. Just because it's a cool fight, but it's not long enough, first of all, and apparently it was supposed to be a lot longer than what it was. And also, like, the flashbacks are played, I think, way too much in this fight. Like, every 2 seconds they showed, like, when Daniel kicked Johnny, they showed the flashback of Daniel kicking Johnny, or the other way around. So, yeah, I think it's not a bad fight, but it's a meh fight, it's not really talked about that much, and it's not the last time we see Johnny and Daniel fight, so. And next up, we got the cafeteria fight. I'm putting this in great. I think this is when I really got hooked onto the show. I think most of us were too. When we saw this fight scene, when we saw Miguel using his training, which we've been seeing him, train with Johnny for the past few episodes, and to see it finally pull off and work, and when it works, and to see him just beat the crap out of these assholes who we were all like waiting for him to do. It was great. The first, I'd say, big fight in the show, and still one of the best fights, I'd say. Yeah, so I'm gonna put that in great. And then hang on, I gotta add the Sam vs. Tori one, because I don't know why that one didn't get added, but I'm gonna add that right now. Intermission again. Hold up. Why didn't this one save? I don't know why my computer doesn't like this fight. My computer does not like this fight scene for some reason. But yeah, hang on. Hold on. 1 more minute and then. Okay, hang on. Why isn't this saving? It's so weird. Hang on. I don't know why this one just doesn't want to save. Okay, whatever. The Sam vs. Tori fight, I don't know why it's not going to it. Why it's not going to it's not working. But hang on. But I would put the Sam and Tori fight in good. I think that was, I don't know. I think like the Eli versus Robbie fight is just so good this one just doesn't hold up compared to it. And I think it should have been the other way around, like Tori versus Sam first and then Eli versus Robbie. But I really like this. I have nothing against this fight. I love how Sam is, using Johnny's offense and Daniel's defense, and it's switching off like every point. And Tori doesn't know what to do, and then she goes over and Kreese is like, fight the way you want. And first of all, a great moment for Kreese and Tori and Silver, because both of them, and Tori's already just not in the great mindset, because she just had to talk with Amanda, to like not play with the rules, don't do anything bad, So she's already has that in her head, but then she also has Silver telling her to fight dirty. The Kreese is like not, so she has so much going on. And Sam also too, she knows what's at stake. If she loses, like, it's all up to her really. And same with Tori. So I think it was a really good fight. I'm gonna put it in good. So yeah, this is my Cobra Kai fights tier list. And of course, most of them fights, not all the fights. The Vietnam fight, I would put that in great. I love that fight. And the what else? Robbie versus the Cobra Kai Dojo in season 4, episode 1. I'm gonna put that also in great. I just totally forgot those two. And I guess I'm not gonna go through every All Valley fight because that'll take forever. But yeah, I think that's most of them I cover. And the mall fight. Oh shoot, the mall fight, I forgot. The mall fight I would put in great too. Yeah. So it's my tier list, missing a few, but yeah. So yeah, thank you guys all for watching the stream. Like I said before, I'm gonna try to do more streams, more like how I used to, more consistently. I haven't been doing them as much as I'd like to, but hopefully that will change. And we'll I'll end up doing more. Thank you guys all for coming on. In the chat, Lisa, Frank, Sensei Solo, Tristan, Roundtable. See Sebastian, Darium, and I think that's mostly everyone. Cobra Jungle. Thank you guys all for coming on. You guys all have a great night. You too, and like the channel, like the video, comment, subscribe, do all that, and remember, sweep the leg. See you guys.